Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about a little tiny book, Santasploitation by Judith Sonnet. And this is rated X for obscene violence. It has a little trigger warning. Santasploitation is a nasty, disgusting, politically incorrect, and offensive story. This is not intended for sensitive readers or those looking for a sweet and sentimental Christmas story. There are many scenes of sexual violence. Read with caution and have a happy holiday. Excuse me. There you go. Trigger warning straight from the author. As I said, a little tiny book. Read it on Christmas Day. Excuse me. And I guess this is going to be a pretty quick review. So what happens is Santa Claus wakes up tied to a chair. It's Christmas, and turns out he was drugged. A woman is holding him hostage. She has a friend who is dying, and one of her final wishes is to be with Santa. So we end up with three women, two friends, and the dying woman. Well, all three are friends, but two that aren't dying. You know what I'm saying. And they've got Santa. They're holding him. They're going to make him do what... they're going to make him fulfill their friend's dying wish. Don't know what else to say so as not to give anything away. This is my third Judith Sonnet book that I have read in just a few months for Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, I read her book, Gobbler, Fuck Your Thanksgiving. And some little bit before that, I read Chainsaw Hooker. I'm definitely picking up more of her stuff. She's got a very straightforward but graphic style. And so if you enjoy extreme horror, I definitely recommend checking her stuff out. As for this one, it's very quick. It's only, let's see, 88 pages if you include the afterword. 84 pages of story, essentially. And again, tiny book. It starts right in the middle of the action, Santa tied to a chair, and goes from there. We learn who these women are, what their motivations are, what they're willing to do for their friend. Now, I will say I only gave this a 3 out of 5, which means I liked it. It's not as high a rating as the other two books that I've read by Judith Sonnet. It just didn't... I don't know. It felt maybe a little rushed. Maybe it didn't have as much character development as I felt the other books that I've read by her had. It was fun. I can't think of a better word for it. I don't know if that's the appropriate word. It's very graphic, very extreme. Her work reminds me of Edward Lee, some of Wrath James White's stuff. And it's... I don't know. It didn't grab me as much as Chainsaw Hooker or Gobbler, Fuck Your Thanksgiving did. And I'm not trying to compare it to those, but I'm simply explaining why those both got a 4 out of 5. This gets a 3 out of 5 because I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it. It's such a quick read. It could become an annual Christmas little treat. But it didn't blow me away. It didn't impress me as much as the other two that I've read. I'm certainly going to be reading more of her stuff. I've got quite a few on my wish list. And if you want just a quick, extreme, if you're the type that loves to watch Christmas horror movies during Christmas, and you want some more Christmas horror, because there's plenty plenty of Christmas horror stories, books out there at this point. If you can handle the extremeness of it, I would recommend this. It was fun. So that's Santasploitation by Judith Sonnet. 3 out of 5 stars. You know what? I don't really have a question for this video. So I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. So I guess for this one, even though you're not going to see it until, I don't know, mid-January, I'll say Happy New Year. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, though, you can put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I've been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.